Hi guys, last time we talked about the crypto tax rules, and today we're going to talk about crypto tax tools. So what I've done is compiled a list of tax tools where you can sort of import all your exchanges and wallets all into one place, and then simply press a couple of buttons and file your taxes. Many different ones out there. I'm very glad that I've discovered some of these just because when it comes to filing my own taxes, it's going to really help. But sit back, relax, and enjoy. So Koinly is the first one we're going to talk about today. Koinly is just a piece of software that you can use to automate your crypto taxes. All you have to do is just link all of your exchanges that you use and all of your wallets that you use. It's compatible with over 300 plus different exchanges and wallets and services, so there's plenty on there. So yeah, you compile it all together in a big list, and then it will tell you how much you owe in taxes, how much you've lost, if you have lost or gained. Yeah, that's all you have to do. It's nice and easy. The tool is available to use in 20 different countries. It says 20 on the website, but when you go through the list, it's more like 30 plus. What I do like about Koinly, and this might be a common theme with a lot of these tax tools, is that there's like a free version that you don't have to input a credit card for. So you can simply just create an account with an email and password, start linking all your exchanges and wallets and things together, and then you can sort of decide what plan to pick once you've figured out how many transactions you've made. All of these apps that you connect can be set to auto update, so whenever you actually make transactions, it will update it on the tax tool for the entire year. It just saves you time having to, import files every month or however you might have done it before. It just uses APIs, and it can just quickly see, oh, you've made this transaction on this day, we'll mark that down. So it's a lot easier and less headache for you. Any deductible expenses, if there are any, but there will be, such as gas fees and exchange fees and things like that. They're also recorded, so you don't have to remember any of them. It just makes sure that you don't have to overpay on any of your taxes. And if you have made losses in the past, or you've made losses from this year, you can actually use them to offset your capital gains in the future. So what I do like about this is that you can create a free account, and you can actually create a tax report for up to 10,000 transactions for free. And then after this, you have to choose a paid plan to actually download the report, but you can at least see like a preview of what the report's going to look like before you have to pay for anything. As you choose your plan, it's relatively inexpensive, I would say, just compared to how much time it's actually going to save you. Its first plan is $49, and it supports up to 100 transactions. Its second plan is $99 up to 1,000 transactions. Its highest plan is $279 for over 10,000 transactions. All of this can be paid in crypto as well, if that's your preferred method. One thing I've noticed with this though, when adding my own exchanges and wallets in there just to kind of test it out, is it didn't really understand NFTs at all. It would see NFTs as just tokens, and it didn't know when I purchased them. It didn't know if I had sold them, how much for. So that side of things was a little bit confusing, so you'd have to manually add your capital gains for them, which is a shame, but I feel like that support's just going to come over time. But it still saves me the headache of all the hundreds of transactions that I've done throughout the years that aren't NFTs. Other than that though, it looks like a pretty solid tool just to use, relatively cheap if you're making a few transactions. The next tool we're going to talk about is CryptoTrader.Tax. CryptoTrader shortly will be CoinLedger. They are rebranding. It's a good tax tool that you can use. It offers similar features to Koinly, with the option to import your exchanges and wallets into the platform to automate your tax returns. Pretty much all of these, I will probably end up saying the same thing, but they do support all major exchanges and wallets. They also give the ability to generate many different reports, such as the IRS Form 8949, the Audit Trail Report, Tax Loss Harvesting Report, International Gain/Loss Report. That's just to name a few. You can also use this to submit your TurboTax stuff. It says on the website that these guys are an official partner, so you can directly import your report. More rhymes. You can directly import your report to TurboTax. An account can also be created for free without the use of a credit card. The lowest price starts at $49 for 100 transactions, and the highest offer is $299 for unlimited transactions, which again, that's not too bad. When they do finally rebrand to CoinLedger, the support for NFTs will be available. Right now, it's just the DeFi section. You can join the waiting list for this new app on their website. It's just at the top when you go on the website. The next one we're going to talk about is Token Tax. Token Tax looks pretty in depth, really, because it combines the AI section of things, to automatically organize your report, but it also can combine it with real tax experts to iron out any issues that you might have with the report, and it just gives you the best results because you're combining two smart brains. In their plans, they also offer support for NFTs, which is great. For the average laid-back investor, this tool seems to miss out on the daily updates of exchanges using APIs. If you're only using Coinbase and Coinbase Pro, then there's nothing to worry about. If you're using more than just Coinbase as an exchange and you're using various wallets as well, from what it looks like, it doesn't, on the lowest plan, it doesn't seem to update it every single day. For this to happen, you have to pay for a higher plan. You can see behind me, just on screen, just the pricing plan there, so you can see all the different features for each plan. Other than that, it comes with many benefits at just the basic rate. It does seem like there's no actual free plan though, so you can't see what your report looks like for. You actually have to pay for the plan, then import all your things. I don't know if I agree with that. I'd prefer to see how everything looks before I pay for a plan, but I suppose you could just use another tool for that to make sure you're under the transaction limits. They have integrations with TurboTax too, so you can easily file your reports through that. I like the fact that there can be sort of real chat support with humans instead of just doing everything yourself. Like if you need someone to talk to, you can actually buy a plan that enables you to do that. I would probably say if I did have millions of dollars in crypto, which I don't, but if I did have millions of dollars in crypto, I would need to see a tax professional. And if there is a website that's offering a tax professional alongside everything else, then it will kind of make sense like for me to do. It just means that I know I'm not making any mistakes because it's not me doing it, it's a professional, someone who's paid a lot to do it. But the reason that I do say that if I was a millionaire I'd do it is because I wouldn't be as bothered about paying more. It's quite expensive compared to the other tools that I've mentioned so far. The basic price starts at $65 for up to 500 transactions. And the most expensive package is called VIP, which is $3,499. Again, you'll see on screen what the benefits of each package is. I think the price is justified because you are paying for a professional to do it for you. And if you've got if you've got a lot of money, then it's going to be a drop in the water compared to what you'll be saving potentially. I've seen the screenshot as well, and it also gives you I recommend like the tax professionals or the AI, I don't know which one, but they'll give you like a recommendation on what you should sell. The example was like, oh, you should sell 2 Bitcoin out of your 4.3 Bitcoin. And I'm assuming that's to keep in the same tax bracket and sort of max out what you can make every year. Yeah, something I found quite interesting there. I'm assuming the support for NFTs is also enabled because there are humans looking at that side of things as well. So if there is any issues that come up with NFTs, there's another person there to help you identify, you know, how much you paid for it and how much you sold it for. The next project we're going to talk about is Accointing. Accointing is the next tax tool that lets you import data from wallets and exchanges. And they have a free tax calculator that you can set depending on the country that you live in, which is nice. Again, with this, you can see all of your exchanges and wallets all in one place. I do quite like the UI for this platform. You can sort of see each token you hold with allocation percentages, nice little pie chart, just showing where your holdings actually are. And it will also categorize it by sort of the exchanges and wallets that it's in. They also have like a separate tab that sort of is like flagged transactions or coins. So if it doesn't recognize any of the coins or transactions, it will add it into a separate tab, and then you have to manually go through and just explain what each one is. Not really explain, but more categorize what each one is. Again though, this one doesn't support NFTs, so these tokens will always get flagged by the software. You can just set these to ignore if you just want to do it sort of manually, on a different report. And you can just manually categorize every transaction into airdrops, staking, rewards, transactions, hard forks, etc. Now, this tool also enables you to file many different types of reports as well, such as the TurboTax, the Form 8949, and there's various others as well. Accointing also has a crypto blog as well, which might be quite useful for people that are a bit unsure about taxes, and even just crypto in general. They've got you know, just general guides on there as well. And from what I've seen, they look pretty useful. In terms of the pricing, the basic plan starts at $79 for up to 500 transactions, and the most expensive is $299 for up to 50,000 transactions. You can also create a free account with these guys as well. Alright, so the last tax tool that we're going to talk about today is ZenLedger. Now, ZenLedger is quite an interesting one, and this might even be one that I would use as well if I was a millionaire. We'll go through what it does now. Can you guess what I'm about to say first? ZenLedger has support for many different exchanges and wallets. Sound like a bit of a broken record, but I have to explain that each one has support for all these different wallets and exchanges. And it also covers loads of different tax forms as well. And I've actually got a bit of a longer list of what they support. The usual IRS Form 8949, Schedule 1, Schedule D, FinCEN 114/FBAR, Tax Loss Harvesting, Grand Unified Accounting, and TurboTax Online Direct Import. That's just to name a few. Again, all these transactions can be reviewed just as normal, so you can categorize them into different ones like airdrops, NFTs, etc. On the talk of NFTs, this tool actually does support NFTs, which is really nice to see that they have this in their plans. They also have a really good blog and tax guides as well on the website. It's like there's two separate sections. You got, yeah, like I said, you got more of a tax section that explains the rules of taxes in places like the US, and then there's also just a usual crypto guide section, and that can explain anything really. There's an article, one of the top ones at the moment, and it talks about what is play to earn. Yeah, quite nice for sort of new people in crypto, or just people that don't have knowledge on those subjects. So again, these guys have a free option that covers up to 25 transactions. However, that doesn't include NFTs or DeFi. Their paid plans start at $49 for 100 transactions, and their highest plan is $999, covering unlimited transactions. But their cheapest plan that actually supports NFTs and DeFi costs $149, and that covers up to 5,000 transactions. Now, this is where it kind of changes a little bit, because they have a separate pricing plan for tax professionals. If you want to get a tax professional to do all of this for you, they offer a 30-minute consultation with a tax professional for $195. If you then want the report created and then actually signed off by a tax attorney, a CPA, or an enrolled agent, this will set you back $3,500 per tax year. So quite expensive. But if you're planning on doing this for multiple years, then they offer a 2-year deal for $6,500. So you can see that is a lot. But when you think about amount of features that you get a consultation, you get tax professionals that will do all of it for you, and then it can actually get signed off as well. Like, it's got the whole sort of system there. So again, if you're a millionaire, maybe this is the one you go for. I mean, you don't even have to be a millionaire. You know, you could have made 500,000. What's 3,500 to make sure all your taxes are in the right place? But yeah, as you can see from this video, you can see just how many different tax tools there are. I'd say a lot of them are quite similar, but it all comes down to, I suppose, the UI and what you think of that. A lot of them have the free options first. I would say if you're just looking to see if you do owe anything, sort of like an average guess of whether you owe anything, I would just use Koinly, to be honest. They've got the free account. You can already throw everything in there, all your exchanges and wallets for free. And then you can see how much you actually owe. Only thing is, it just doesn't support NFTs, so you just have to sort of cut those out of the picture. And then after that, you can actually purchase the plan that suits you. Like, you're not overpaying for a plan if you've not made enough transactions for it or anything like that. Yeah, I would say it's probably the better option for people that don't really use NFTs too much. If you are using NFTs, then pretty well any of the ones that support NFTs will do, really. You just have to make sure that you pick the plan that does support it. I think personally I was leaning on the side of Koinly, just because it seemed like a really nice and easy tool to use. But yeah, the fact that they don't support NFTs, it kind of hurts me a little bit, because I've done quite a lot in NFTs. So I think when I was, like, if I was to file my taxes using Koinly, it would just get a little bit confusing, because some of these NFTs I purchased about a year ago today, and I don't have very good memory, not that far back, so I barely remember what I ate last week. I hope this video helped you, just looking at different tax tools. I'll leave a link to all the ones I spoke about today in the description below, so you can have a look and see for yourself. Yeah, I am just really glad that something like this now exists. I'd say like a year ago today, I didn't know that these existed, and I was kind of panicking a little bit, like thinking, if I do really make it in the crypto world and I make a lot of money, then I don't know how I'm going to file it all, because I have transactions from years ago, and I didn't really know what to do with it, because I thought, I'm not really smart enough to go through each transaction manually, and I don't really have the attention span to be able to do that. But now I know that, you know, tools like this exist. I can input everything, and it will pick things up as far back as like probably 2014, 15. As long as you're using you remember the wallets that you've used. If you enjoyed the video, then please leave a like, comment, subscribe, join the Telegram, follow the Twitter, follow the Instagram, TikTok. That's coming soon. Make sure you follow that. I'll start leaving a link to the TikTok in the description as well. And yeah, that is everything. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.